What's going on, good people? Rich here.
Skool in the building. What's happening?
Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Culture Garden Podcast. Back
Yeah,
at it again, here to talk about the New York Times best movie of the 21st century. We're at number 60 through 51 as we go from 100 to 1. Shout out to not just us, but also the infamous Ray P. Much love to
Rachel.
Rachel. Obviously, you heard us last week on our episode as we had our Thanksgiving episode. Why did I get married? Hopefully, y'all enjoyed that. Make sure to leave some comments. We're actually recording this episode before that episode comes out.
Yeah,
So we won't be able to read comments. If you left them, we'll read them on our next one as we get into the holiday season and start getting some holiday movies for y'all to discuss. Skool, first and foremost, how you feeling, brother?
feeling great, man. Feeling great. Life is good. How about you, huh?
Hey, man, same. Get ready for this end of the year wind down
Yeah.
with a little bit of work involved. So want to just give a little bit of housekeeping. Our New York Times list is going to be finished in quarter one of 2026. I think we'll
Yeah.
probably take a little bit more of a gap so we can watch all these movies. So much stuff is going on. The busy season, thankfully, is a little bit over. So I will have more time. So I'm sure Skool will as well. But a lot of
Yeah.
stuff and recordings were piled on top of each other to get these out to you every other week. It was a little bit of a stretch. So originally I wanted to have this done by the end of this year. It's not going to happen, but we'll continue this list. We also, now that we are, have a vote with the Black Reel Awards, there's some
Yeah.
films that we have to make sure we watch in order to give a proper vote by next week and things of that nature. So we want to kind of spend some time watching those films versus films from this list. So just bear with us. It might be every 2 or 3 weeks, but we'll make sure we pop up with one until we finish this list and go to number one. But
Yeah.
still having fun with it, and just cinephiles and us just love it and love discussing these films. And if you don't know, or if this is your first time listening, Skool and myself are not discussing them off air. Like this is our
Nope.
first time really mentioning it. There's a lot of films on this list that we're watching for the first time. So we appreciate y'all. Shout out to everybody out there listening. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. And Skool, let's go ahead and get into this list, man.
Yeah.
I mentioned we're at 60 through 51. And if you listen to our last New York Times episode, I had discussed how that was the last batch of 10. That was the best batch of 10.
Yeah.
Between what was it, 70 and 61?
Mm-hmm.
That was the best batch of 10 that we had so far.
Yeah.
What did you think about this 10 as we go from 60 to 51? And we'll list in each individual movie and give our thoughts on it. But what did you think about this overall 10? How many did you watch? Were there any that you weren't able to get to?
Yeah, there's a couple. There's a few I didn't get to. But this was a nice 10. A matter of fact, well, we'll get to it, man. I fucks with a lot of these movies. The ones I watched,
Okay,
I wasn't disappointed.
Okay, I got you, man. Yeah, let's get right into it and just go ahead and talk about it. This is the last batch before we get into the top 50. For those who don't know, New York Times released a list of the top 100 films that have been released since 2000. We're going through the list. This is the actual New York Times list. And what I mean by that is there are actors, directors, people in the film industry who voted on this. They also had a readers list, which is similar. Like the top 2 films are the same, but there's a lot of differences. You have a lot of films that have already passed on this list that are top 5, such as Interstellar. I'll tell you right now, Interstellar is number 5 on the readers list, but it was maybe number 80 something, 88 on this film. You haven't seen Interstellar, have you? I think we talked about this.
No.
Yeah, I still got to get you that list of stuff that
Yeah.
I think you should watch that we've already done when you weren't a part of the first few episodes. But coming in at number 60, Skool, we have Whiplash. Whiplash is an 8.5 out of 10 as far as an IMDb rating. The synopsis of the film: a promising young drummer enrolls at a cutthroat music conservatory where his dreams of greatness are mentored by an instructor who will stop at nothing to realize the student's potential. It was directed by Damien Chazelle. Stars Miles Teller, J.K. Simmons, Paul Reiser. Not just stars J.K. Simmons. He won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor.
As he should.
It's the number 40. Yeah, it's the number 40 film on the top 250 from IMDb. It was nominated for Best Motion Picture, Best Writing, Best Achievement in Editing, and Sound Mixing. But like I said, J.K. Simmons won for Best Supporting. Similar to if you ever go back and listen to our If Beale Street Could Talk episode, we talked about how Regina King won pretty much everybody who nominated her. Yeah. She won that award. It was the same thing for J.K. Simmons. Smoked this role. And I want to just get your overall thoughts on Whiplash. Was this your first time seeing it, or had you seen it before?
Oh no, absolutely not. It's probably my fourth or fifth time seeing it.
Okay, then got you. I got a funny thing to say about Whiplash.
I don't want to say it gets better as I watch it, because it's just JK was just fooling, bro. Like I don't know. It's kind of I feel like if you like Tar, this is Tar on crack with a little scandal in it. You know what I mean?
Tar has scandal too, but I feel you. I know what you mean.
Yeah. Yeah. But
you know what? It's funny you say that. I don't think I really put together how parallel these stories kind of are.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I just love this movie. I watch it every time for alone the performance of J.K. Simmons. It as a whole, as a movie, is okay to me, but his performance is just ridiculous in this.
Yeah, and it came out in 2014. I will say this, because I'm gonna compile a list as we get towards the end of each year, like which years have the most movies and all that stuff, and how they rank them. Every time I see the rating on this film, every time I see like that 8.5, I just think, that's a little bit. It's a little bit high.
Yeah,
it's a little bit high. I do enjoy the film, and kind of what you were alluding to. I remember watching it for the first time, really liking it. Watching it a second time, looking to see if we wanted to do it for Culture Guard, and it was like,
yeah.
I really wasn't moved. And then watch it now. I've watched it multiple times, but then watched it again recently for this, and was like, oh, okay, then I like that movie. Like I like it. It floats in between overrated and just right, and I don't know how to really describe it. J.K. Simmons that's what you come back for.
Yeah.
If you put yourself in Miles Teller's shoes, his character, it's a fascinating story, a lot of ins and outs, but I don't think it's as good as what people make it out to be.
Yeah.
And that's not saying it's not good, so I hate saying that, but I don't think it's 8.5 good. And I think I've mentioned this before. There's only like 12 or 15 movies that are rated 9 or higher. So 8.5 is like up there.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. I appreciate the spot. I think 60 is a little high. I think some of those movies like Oppenheimer, even Interstellar, like just certain films that we've watched already that I think should be ranked higher than this, but I'm not saying it shouldn't be on the top 100, especially when you have to consider acting on the list.
When you say top 250 of all time and you say 40, I'm expecting a great story, a great movie. Like everything has to be cohesive. And I don't feel that this is one of those situations. Like, again, that just tells you how great J.K. Simmons is in this movie. His performance really outshined the writing, the movie, like everything. If they was to say, top performances of all time, and this was, 40 out of 250, then I'm with you. But movie, that's a stretch. That's a stretch.
Yeah, it's a stretch. Yeah. I figured out a long time ago the placement. There's no point of arguing it.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, there was a certain type of people that voted for this list, so I'm enjoying watching a lot of these movies. I've seen Whiplash before. Enjoy it. 60 is a bit high.
Yeah.
Once again, but that's just me. It could have been the 80s or something like that. I think there are movies that are better, and not just one or two, a few. So there we have it. That's number 60. Let's move on to number 59, and we get into a film called Tony Erdmann, directed by Marin Aid, and it has it's a foreign film. I'm going to mess up the names on this one, so excuse me. We've seen some of these actors before, but the synopsis is: a practical joking father tries to reconnect with his hardworking daughter by creating an outrageous alter ego and posing as her CEO's life coach. This is number 59, released in 2016. Skool, I could probably bank you didn't watch this, right?
Nope.
This is what slowed me down on my watch. So I don't know how many of you out there will take a list, whether it's reading, movies, whatever, and try to work through it. sometimes there are films where you just kind of hit the mental block, like, I don't really want to watch this. Nothing seems interesting about it. And if you combine that with a long runtime, it really gets tough. So it took me a while to even sit down and start knowing this movie's 2 hours and 42 minutes. Yeah. In no world should this movie be 2 hours and 42 minutes. Like straight up. Like in no world. Like and I appreciate artists and wanting to tell their story. Who knows how long Marinade wanted to tell this and get this film made. It's a 7.3 out of 10. It's not a bad film, but I will say I'll never have to watch it again. Yeah. That's how I judge a lot of these. It was nominated for a 2017 Academy Award Best Foreign Language Film of the Year. It didn't win, but I'm not even gonna say I understand why it's on the list. Film is subjective, art is subjective. I never need to watch this again. Yeah, it had a cool little message, but it was just kind of disjointed. Once again, way too long. Yeah. Some people disagreed when they made their comments. You don't have to add this to your list, Skool. Like I don't. You're not gonna get anything. You're not gonna be picking up the phone and call me and say, "Oh, bro, we gotta talk about Tony Erdman." It's just not one of those. It's just not one of those, bro. Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate that what they were trying to stay. Father, child, reconnection, all that. But I'm out. That's all I really got to say about it. So you ain't missed nothing. I took the sacrifice of watching this.
Hey, I appreciate you.
And yeah, no problem at all, man. That's what I'm here for. Number 58. Skool, I remember we have a segment when we do our films talking about, do you remember the first time watching this? I remember the first time watching this movie. I remember being in the theaters. It was in Cincinnati. I can't remember exactly what theater it was, but I remember going by myself and I remember thinking, I don't know if I felt this much chaos at once in my life. Like watching the movie, like where every single thing and every single scene and second was chaotic. Yeah. Number 58 came out in 2019, 7.4 out of 10. Uncut Gems, directed by the Safdie brothers, Benny and Josh. Obviously stars Adam Sandler, Lakeith Stanfield. You have Kevin Garnett, which has a great performance in this film.
Yes.
Synopsis: when his debts mounting and angry collectors closing in, a fast-talking New York City jeweler risks everything in hope of staying afloat and alive. Skool. You remember your first time watching this, and what were your thoughts as you revisited?
Absolutely. First time I saw this, I believe it was me and the wife went to go see it. And I believe you had called me and told me to check this out. Like, bro, you seen Uncut Gems yet? Like, go check it out. But the hype was already out there. Specifically, Oscar hype. There was a lot of Oscar noise around Adam Sandler for this movie. So
ironically, didn't get nominated for any Oscars.
It's crazy, which is insane. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed this one. The second time, now I'll say the first time I watched it, even the second, even the rewatches, it still gives me a lot of anxiety. Like,
yeah, it is. It was built for that.
Yes, I'm like, come on, man. I hope you like, even though that certain situations, you hope shit turns around. This is one of them movies where you just like, hey, I hope something goes different this time.
Yeah, and what's crazy? It's kind of like watching Sopranos or something like that, where there's no good reason for it. Right?
Yeah.
Like his character, Ben Affleck. Adam Sandler, Howard. Yes. His character of Howard he doesn't have redeeming qualities. He's not a good guy. No. He's not somebody we should be rooting for to get out of this. You just kind of want to see a brother get a break. You see him, I think it's the relatability of trying to make $1 out of 15 cents.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if you were the reason you're in the position you're in, you're a degenerate gambler.
Yep.
We still know what it's like to scramble and hustle to kind of make ends meet and go from piece to piece. But what you get is what you deserve. And it's always that weird element of why are we rooting for you to kind of have a different outcome.
Absolutely.
And I mentioned it earlier. Kevin Garnett in this film, he's playing himself.
I told you every time.
But does an incredible job. And Lakeith Stanfield.
Yes.
Lakeith Stanfield and the main I guess collector.
Yeah.
That was on Howard's ass. There was two of them, but there was one that was kind of the one that was speaking up. Like those two were my scene stealers.
Yeah.
Like imagining trying to deal with both of them in two different settings. One of them being, for lack of better terms, your friend or somebody that's on your side, and the other one is being your complete adversary. And both of them nailed those roles to a T.
Yep.
I really enjoyed this film. Very chaotic, but very good. 58, I think it's a perfect placement.
Yeah.
It deserves to be on this list, and I'm happy that it wasn't lower because I think they got this one right. Uncut Gems is legit.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's definitely legit. Again, like you said about Lakeith, man, coming from a point of being a fan, you know, watching his journey, seeing him play so many different roles, and it really just a nod to his acting ability. He's amazing. Because I think this might have been the first time where I've actually seen him play a gangster, like where you really believe him, like because he's so different as Darius in ATL or in Atlanta that it's just like, whoa, okay, I see you, bro.
Yeah, and it's funny because I don't even know if I see him as a gangster versus somebody who does what he needs to do. He's
more like
in the legal underworld and a hustler.
Yeah,
but he can raise up, and like you said, completely different from Darius. This came out in 2019. I don't know if Sorry to Bother You was out by now. I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah,
absolutely it was. Now that I think about it, Sorry to Bother You had come out, and we had seen him obviously straight out of Compton. He had a small role as Snoop. There were some other things, and this was one that helped his star power rise before, because Judas and Black Messiah came out a year or two after this.
Yeah,
so he had already done that. Get Out, we've already seen him in that. So he was a name, but he really played the hell out of this role, and it looked believable, and so much going on. I enjoyed every second of the banter, just how the quickness of it, the wittiness of the film.
Yeah, the story writing, the twists and turns, the things, you know, one of my favorite parts of the film, not to give away too much, is just, you know, when Howard's in the car with who he owes money to. You know, they're riding, and he keeps saying his name. He's like, stop saying my name. Like, and you don't really, you're like, damn, why he own him like that? And then you later see why. Like, bro.
Yeah. That's crazy, bro. One of the funniest things in this whole film.
Yes.
Funniest whole thing. Like, damn, bro, you can't stall him out, Debo.
Hey, stall me out. Yeah, so.
I agree with you. And Julia Fox before, before Ye. Yeah, all of this. It's a good movie, man. Really good movie. Yeah. Shout out to number 58. I'm happy it made the list. Very enjoyable for the rewatch. I hadn't watched it in quite some time. So yeah, still chaotic as I remembered it to be.
Yeah.
Number 57 came out in the year 2000. So right at the edge or at the cusp of this list. 7.5 out of 10. Directed by Christopher Guest. We have a film called Best in Show. It's a comedy, a behind-the-scenes look into the highly competitive and cutthroat world of dog shows through the eyes of a group of ruthless dog owners. Think of a mockumentary style. I'm just laughing because I can't recall seeing this. I want to give a shout-out to a few people. Eugene Levy, I believe he was one of the writers on this. He plays Gary Fleck. You have Parker Posey in this, Catherine O'Hara. A lot of Will Sasso had a small role in this. You have John Michael Higgins, which we talk about a lot, especially with what's our movie, The Breakup.
Yep.
Jennifer Coolidge is in this film. We have she's a famous comedian as well, and been in a lot of stuff.
Jane Lynch, is that her name? Janet Lynch?
Yes, Jane Lynch, Fred Willard. A lot of people are in this film. Yes. And I don't remember this. It kind of slipped through the radar. Skool, I know you said you might have remembered this from like 85, 85.
Yes.
But this is my first time watching it. When I talk to people about my sense of humor and dry sense of humor and just kind of over the top, this is what I mean. Yeah. I was not expecting this because as you get into this list, as you move forward, there's certain movies that you've never seen and you might not even be that familiar with. You thinking to yourself like, well, if someone this list this high, it's got to be decent.
Got to be worth a watch.
I didn't know what to think, especially when you read the synopsis. Like, what the fuck is this? I wasn't disappointed at all. I loved it. I loved it.
This is one of those films that I've only seen. So this is my second time watching it. But the first time I watched it, it was one of them. We talk about it all the time. 85. Grandma and Grandpa had it every channel. This is one of them movies that I slipped up on and just. I don't want to say I caught it at the beginning, but probably right in the middle of it and just was weak at this movie and never thought about it again until I started watching it. I was like, bruh, this is that movie. Because I specifically remember Fred Willard's character just saying anything.
He won. He won the American Comedy Awards. He won the award for funniest supporting actor in a motion picture. Hey, and Catherine O'Hara won funniest supporting actress. And that there's a gag in this movie about because Catherine O'Hara is married to Eugene Levy's character, and there's a gag about like she'd been around. Let's put it like that. Hitting random motherfuckers, like it's not like somebody you went to school with or your ex-boyfriend. Some random dude that she seen at a truck stop in 84 will pull up on her, recognize her. Is that you?
Hey, and they disrespectful with the memories, ain't they?
Hey, in front of her husband. Hey, that was still to this day the best lay I ever had in my life. Like, damn, bro. They saying that about your wife right in front of you. And she's trying to bail you out, like, yeah, this is my husband. This is my husband.
Mm-hmm. Hey, man. Ain't that, bro? I'm sure. I don't know, but I'm sure that's a horrible feeling. To wonder, like, damn, I wonder, like, nah, they ain't did nothing. They ain't no question. every time somebody see her, yeah. Remember when I had you? But yeah, man, they said
fooling, bro.
Fred Willard, man, all improv, man. Him and old boy, all improv. So that's amazing, man. Yeah, great movie.
I'm glad you bring because he was a judge. Yeah. And the other guy was an actor, but they thought he was a real dog judge, the way he had as much knowledge and he was talking about it.
Yep.
And that just goes to the preparation they took. Because they wanted to, they knew Fred Willard was going to have a complete reign of his ad libs, so they wanted somebody to look like he knew what he was talking about.
Yes.
Almost like Dodgeball. When you look at Cotton and Pepper. I think it was his name Pepper. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Either way, when you look at those two characters. So Fred Willard did his thing. That whole movie is so ridiculous. And I'll say this: it made me want to look into dog shows, and just how crazy that world is. Because I'm sure it is as ridiculous as we see.
Yes,
we already know people make dogs anyway.
Comes on every year, never fails. You know, even during the Super Bowl, they had a little the Puppy Bowl or something like that. So it's a real world out there.
And not to mention, here's how real it is. One of the extras, all of the extras and the dogs were real, like show dogs, right? And that's why a lot of them were well behaved. Well, there was a woman who pulled out because her dog wasn't winning the fake competition for the movie. So even if it was fake, they said the only dog that wasn't a show dog was a last minute addition. Because when the woman found out my dog's not winning this fake competition for the movie, I don't want to be in it. We don't lose. Even in pretend, we don't lose. So just lets you know what kind of mindset it goes with it. Best in Show, shout out to that film. I really enjoyed it. Anything else to say about it?
Yeah, real quick. I wanted to, because I was looking into this. They actually, this movie is credited for bringing the mockumentary to light and bringing The Office, both the British and the US version, and everything else we know as a mockumentary. I know that ABC recently just started a show called The DMV or something like that. I'm really intrigued about that show. So, mockumentary. It can't go wrong with that.
Paper recently came out as an Office spinoff. So, it really is hard to go wrong with the mockumentary style. And they nailed it. They absolutely nailed it. And the great actors, when you look back on the cast, it's like, oh, y'all had some heavy hitters in here.
Yes.
Especially for something that's supposed to be like a silly, goofy movie. But I love Best in Show. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did, but it's going to be a rewatch. It's one of those that's on my list now. Yeah, so I'm glad I got hit to that. And that's, like I said, that's part of the fun of doing a list like this. As we move on, a director who's been making a lot of noise this year because of his film that released One Battle After Another. He's been in this industry for a long time. This film came out in 2002. It's a 7.3 out of 10. Paul Thomas Anderson is the director. We're talking about number 56 on this list. Punch Drunk Love. Synopsis: socially frustrated Barry Egan calls a phone sex line to curb his loneliness. Little does he know it will land him in deep trouble and will jeopardize his burgeoning romance with the mysterious Lena. Skool, were you able to watch Punch Drunk Love?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's talk about it. What are your thoughts on it?
This is my pick, bro.
It's your King of the Hill?
It's my King of the Hill. I love this fucking movie.
Let's talk about it. Was it all right? Was this your first time watching?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. What was it that drew you in?
What really drew me in was just just Adam Sandler. Obviously never seen him in this type of role, but this role was made for him. It was like he was essentially playing Little Nicky, Bobby Boucher, Billy Mack. He was playing all of those characters in one. Phyllis, come on, man, Philip Seymour Hoffman. Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut the fuck up! Classic meme.
Yes.
Classic meme.
And then,
oh man, he was such a good actor.
Yes,
I can't say it enough. Man, he was like, if you were to build an actor, it'd be a mix of him, Jeffrey Wright, Daniel Day-Lewis, like incredible actor.
Gotta have Zell swag.
Yeah, gotta have Zell swag, but Zell 101. But like it's almost like Steph Curry always says, if I was to teach somebody to shoot a jump shot, I'd teach him Klay Thompson's. Like he's just the most perfect form. Absolutely. Ray Allen's another one up there. That's how I feel about acting. These Philip Seymour Hoffman is just an actor's actor. But go ahead, Skool, my bad.
Nah, what's the young lady? Emily. What is her last name? Watson? Is it Emily Watson that plays Lena
in this film?
Yes, I believe
it's Emily. His love interest, Lena.
Yes.
Yeah, Emily Watson.
Yes, Emily Watson. This movie was just great. Period. I love the story. I love just how human Barry was. He's awkward. You know what I mean? Like, and then to find strength in love. Like, bro, this movie was. And once I started doing some research after, like, I don't know if you know the Superman thing. You heard about this? So supposedly a lot of people say that Barry Egan is Superman and Lena is his Lois Lane. Hence she got the LL. Lena, I can't remember her last name. And then towards the end, he wears the blue suit. He's wearing the blue suit. And then at the end, the last scene, she covers him up like a cape. She's wearing a red dress. Like, it's a lot of, you got to look into that. It's dope, bro. Yeah.
Interesting. I can see it.
And I can see it. The Paul Thomas.
And that scene, go ahead. I was gonna say there's that scene where he stops.
Go ahead.
When the car crashed and the way he handles business, like that's a very Superman-esque. So okay.
Yes.
What were we gonna say about Paul Thomas Anderson?
And he gave him the shit back.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
But no, Paul Thomas Anderson, the whole healthy choice, the million miles thing. Like Paul Thomas Anderson was reading a article or something where that really happened, so he wanted to include that in the movie. Like,
I believe it.
Yeah, somebody really figured that out. Like, people, bro.
I love stuff like that. I love when you see something like random, it's never random. It's sad to come from somewhere. I always say that when people write stuff in the script. Like, what happened in your life that made you think of that or made you recall it? A lot of it is shared experience or something that really happened to someone. So for those who have never seen it, dark comedy, romantic comedy, like it's definitely a comedy, but it's not what you would consider one. It's not a traditionally told story.
Yeah.
And Paul Thomas Anderson, similar to Wes Anderson. I think Wes Anderson is much higher on this scale, but they make great films. But if they're not for you, they're not for you. Like there's another director on this list, Guillermo del Toro, who if they're incredible directors, they make incredible work. But if they're not your lane, then there's not too much that's going to convince you. And this isn't for the average movie watcher.
Yeah.
Because it's not a traditional, it's not going to hold your hand, kind of tell you what's going on. You just got to be there. You got to observe, and you got to realize that maybe it's told in a fantasy element, but there's also real things that are happening, and kind of just appreciate that and complete it. And if you can think like that, you can get there, then you'll really enjoy this film. If you don't, then you might struggle with it.
Yes.
It's not even like, so you look at Paul Thomas Anderson, you look at Boogie Nights, which came out in 97. So that would have been 5 years before this. That's more of a, we're going to tell this story with these characters, and there's a, part act 1, act 2, act 3, so on and so forth. This was a little bit more non-conventional. So I can appreciate that part of it. I think Adam Sandler did an incredible job. We talked about him in our Waterboy conversation, just that jump to dramatic actor. I think this is the one that took him there. I think people really probably started seeing it in a movie like Big Daddy.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you don't have to be the loud, obnoxious, like silly, goofy person. You got a kid to do that now, so now you can act. And this is the second movie on this list of Adam Sandler that we see him on. So shout out to Punch Drunk Love. Definitely one of those ones. It changed a lot for not only his career, but movie telling in a sense.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed every second of it.
And what I really enjoyed about this movie was that it goes back to what you were just saying, but you have to pay attention. Because the first time I watched it, I didn't peep. Lena was on him.
Yeah.
You know, when he was at the grocery store, just her lightweight stalking him. I'm like, hold on, is that? Yeah. So it was just dope.
And I love films like that. Yeah. Once again, it goes in the list though. I'm watching it again.
Yep.
It's not a one and done for me. I'm watching it again. So shout out to this. Let's move on with the list. Number 55, which is drastically way too low. So I mentioned that readers list. This movie is number 24 on the New York Times reader list, but it's 55 here. It came out in 2010. Directed by the person who has the most films on this top 100 list, Christopher Nolan. Inception. 8.8. 8.8 out of 10. Voted on by 2.8 million people. That is number 14 all time on the top 250 list. There are only 2 other movies that are ahead of it, and one of them we've already done, which was one of the Lord of the Rings. There's only one other movie on this list that would be ranked higher in the top 250 on IMDb. We'll get to that at some point. And this is number 55. Inception, the synopsis. A thief who steals corporate secrets through the use of dream-sharing technology is given the inverse task of planting an idea into the mind of a CEO, but his tragic past may doom the project and his team to disaster. It came out in 2010, as I mentioned. All-star cast: Leonardo DiCaprio, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Elliot Page. You have Cillian Murphy. You have Tom Hardy in this film. Yes, you have Marion Colt. I'm gonna mess up her name. Cotillard, who plays Maul. You have Michael Caine, Pete Postlethwaite, who probably one of his last performances. Listen, 8.8 out of 10 tells you the story. I remember the first time seeing Inception.
Yeah.
And immediately saying, like, yo, A, what did I watch? B, this is beautiful. And C, I'm confused.
Yeah.
And it still holds up every single time. It's such a good movie.
Yeah.
It's such a good movie. Like, being at 55 is criminal. It should be at least top 25. At least top 25. Agreed. But I love Inception. I thought it's phenomenal. If you've seen it, you probably know everything about it. And it doesn't do the thing where even if you know the reveal or how it ends, it doesn't ruin it for you. There's still so much and so many layers. And it's where am I? Am I in a dream or I'm in reality? What world is this?
Yep.
It does all of that so well. What are your thoughts on it?
I agree with everything you said. One of the things about this movie is it's kind of hard to. It's so deep that it's kind of hard to even like get into. Like,
it's funny you say that because it delayed me watching it because it's not a movie that you can just have on in the background. You got to sit down for those 2.5 hours.
Yep.
And you got to be focused. Otherwise, you might as well not even start it because there's so much going on. And I did want to mention it won 4 Oscars.
Yeah.
It won for Best Achievement in Cinematography, Sound Mixing, Sound Editing, and Visual Effects. Nominated for Best Writing, nominated for Best Motion Picture, and other things. 7 total nominations, I believe. So I wanted to make sure I shouted that out. But go ahead, Skool.
Also, this is one of those movies that me as a cinephile, I have no problem going to YouTube and looking at other people. Like, they do breakdowns of, things you might have missed or, Inception explained. Like, I have no issue with going on the YouTube and looking up somebody higher on the totem pole of cinephiles that can give me things where I'm like, oh shit, okay, I missed that. Like, because this movie is that. It's complicated. So
yeah. I saw something recently. And since there will be spoilers, I don't know if I said that at the beginning, but this movie came out 15 years ago, so whatever. Yeah. Saw something recently about Michael Caine. I don't know if you saw that.
Yes.
Where that kind of helped people understand what was the ending of the film. And also somebody broke down on the video about, that spinner was his wife's.
Yes.
I forget what they called it, like totem or whatever.
Yeah.
And his ring was his. So a lot of times if you saw his wedding ring, that means he was in a dream.
Yeah.
Versus not. And there were a lot of times in the film where right before they showed his ring, they panned away. To kind of leave you confused on where you are just in case you picked up on it. But there's so many things that you can watch and you kind of need to.
Yep.
It makes me think of how do you write something like this, Christopher Nolan?
Like, you know what I mean? Talked about it. Christopher Nolan, his writing ability, his mind is out of this world.
How do you build this? How do you build this story? It's incredible. Grossly underrated. Not underrated, but as I mentioned earlier, it's the third highest rated film on this list.
Yeah. Well, I also had seen something that said, when you watch a movie, it's similar to when you dream. Like, it's a reason why when you watch a movie, you don't question certain things because it's a movie. You you watch Fast and Furious 8, you don't question why they driving up a building because like this is what it is. This is the point of a movie. They say those same things in your brain work when you go to see a movie, as when you dream. Like, why am I on top of the moon dancing? Like, you ain't even questioning this shit. Like, this is normal. So it's a lot, man. It's a lot.
I love the discrepancy. And one day we'll have a Nolan conversation about where he ranks his films. I love the discrepancy between this being number 55 on this list. Interstellar was like number 87, but on the reader's list, Interstellar's number 5. And I would love to see Interstellar. It might be Christopher Nolan's most visually
beautiful.
Like, yes, like his most visually impressive performance as a director.
Yeah.
Like just watching that film is incredible. I would love to go and see this on IMAX. The shots they were able to get. I would love to have a conversation with people, like two sides. I want to get two sides. I want to get the Interstellar crowd and the Inception crowd. There's going to be a lot of Dark Knight crowd. Memento. Like, there's so many films that he's responsible for that are just classics. Great conversation to have. Christopher Nolan, obviously this generation's best director. Obviously him and Coogler are running things. So
and you know what else real quick that I saw about Nolan that was really cool is he never introduces any type of, I'm trying to think, tools or gadgets without an explanation. Like, example, in The Dark Knight, a lot of the things were army tested or, just for the army, but it didn't go through. It was too whatever. Like, he always does that. He does it a lot in Inception. Like, this was for this, and it didn't pan out, but we still got a hold of it. Like, I like
to stay canon. It wasn't just this random thing that, because then it makes it a fantasy.
Yes,
even though it is, but it makes it too much of that. So I get it. I get it. Number 55. So go ahead, my bad.
No, I was just gonna say I respect that. That's just small details. How much he takes. That's a craft of his, is writing. Like, this shit gotta make sense.
100%. 100%. Otherwise, you lose credibility. So we have number 54 on this list. Pan's Labyrinth came out in 2006. 8.2 out of 10. Synopsis, and this is directed by Guillermo del Toro. In 1944 Spain, a girl is sent to live with her ruthless stepfather. During the night, she meets a fairy who takes her to an old faun. He tells her she's a princess, but must prove her royalty by surviving 3 gruesome tasks. This is obviously going to be subtitled for Spanish. It is number 149 on the top 250 movie list of IMDb. It did win 3 Oscars as well. So it won for Best Achievement in Cinematography, Best Achievement in Art Direction, and also Best Achievement in Makeup. was also nominated for Best Original Screenplay and Best Foreign Language. Skool, did you watch this?
No, I did not get around to this one. I thought it was I never even read the synopsis on it. I thought it was like a horror movie. I've heard things about this movie. I've just never.
Nah, it's not. It's more of a fantasy movie. It's kind of got like a. It's been years since I watched The Princess Bride. I'm not saying they're the same story. I just mean like you're going on the fantasy ride. They don't hide that fact in the film. You know you're in the real world. You also know you almost like on some Lion Witch and Wardrobe shit, some Narnia shit. Yeah. So I saw that it was 8.2, and that had me intrigued to watch it. I know Guillermo del Toro is an incredible director. I really enjoyed the film. It's also just one of those similar to what I said about, well, not similar because this is much better than Tony Erdmann.
Yeah.
I could watch it again, but I don't need to.
Yeah. Okay.
And I appreciate the story. And it kind of is a slow draw. So Skool and myself always talk about the 30-minute rule. And it kind of gets you to 25 minutes. And it's like, oh, okay. Okay. It finally got me. And the stepdad is so evil that you're almost fascinated in his character.
Yeah.
Like you want to kind of see what's going on. And it keeps you hooked and it keeps you intrigued with the story. And you want to see, you're invested in the characters. You want to see how everything pans out. And then the fantasy element of it as well becomes very interesting. And is she going to be able to do these tasks and I guess claim her rightful throne in this other world? It's if you're not into that stuff, it might be a little difficult. And even if you are, like I said, I don't know the next time I'll say, hey, I want to watch Pan's Labyrinth. Yeah. But it is good, and I do recommend everybody to watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
Just don't be surprised if you ain't gonna check it out again. So shout out to that film for being number 54. Number 53, a film that kind of took over the world when it came out. Came out in 2006. Borat, Cultural Learnings of America from Make Benefit Glorious Nation of Kazakhstan. The synopsis of the film. Kazakh TV talking head Borat is dispatched to the United States to report on the greatest country in the world, directed by Larry Charles. I believe, who was the original director? Todd Phillips, maybe? Was the original director, but there was a disagreement between the rodeo scene where he sang the national anthem. So creative differences, and that's kind of how things played out. Skool, I mentioned this being a big deal when it came out. Sacha Baron Cohen, of course. I believe the film was nominated for 1 Oscar, which was the Best Writing Adapted Screenplay.
Yeah.
Sacha Baron Cohen was arrested 92 times during the making of this film. Oh, excuse me. Let me back that. That's not correct. He wasn't arrested 92 times. The police were called on him 92 times during the making of this film.
I believe
he was also reported numerous times. Had the FBI task force on him because people were calling about this guy that looked suspicious with his mustache driving an ice cream truck across the country.
Yep.
So the FBI actually were watching him. Nobody knew really he was making a film. The only person that really was in on the bit, some people in Hollywood knew what he was doing, but the only person that was in was Pamela Anderson. And even her security didn't know. So when the Pamela Anderson scene comes on, he's really getting tackled. They're really trying to be aggressive because they think that he really trying to kidnap her. Even people like George Clooney, I think, came up and said they wanted a cameo, but he said no because that takes away the whole appeal. Like people don't know this is going on. So if you know and you in on the joke, it's not going to be as funny. So I appreciate him for doing that. Do you remember when this dropped and just how big of a deal it was?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's unfortunately, I think one of the things about that time, the 06 era time, was it was perfect for this type of movie because the camera phone, like the internet was still a thing, but the technology of the phones wasn't, the iPhone just came out or didn't even come out yet. So, this is
when a few years away.
Yeah. When you try to record on your phone, it was grog. You couldn't really see, you had to be super close. So I think this movie just came out at a perfect time. Where you still could, punk was still a thing, the prank shows, all that type of stuff, where it was still, you still can get away with that. So it was perfect.
And the character of Borat became like a huge star.
Yes.
Like he had to. Sacha Baron Cohen talked about him having to retire Borat and Ali G because they had just become too popular. Like the whole element of surprise, you would recognize me, you know what it is, so you kind of lose that void. But a lot of this is just the sheer like gasp of some of these stunts and things that he's doing and catching these people off guard and meeting with real politicians and nobody really knowing that this dude is just making this movie. It's just mockumentary in a sense, but it's not to be taken serious, and they're taking it so seriously. And him talking to the feminist and him at that dinner table when Lunel shows up and all of that goes into it. They was calling the cops on that man and everything. So it was just so over the top. And even one of my favorite things about this film is that two of those fraternity brothers, when they was on the bus, they tried to sue the producers for defamation because of how they tried to prevent it from being released on DVD, all types of stuff.
Yeah.
And it just made me think like, yo, y'all was out here really fooling. Like you had no idea. And you can look back. This is going to last forever.
Yes.
Do you believe that it should have been number 53 on the list?
No, I think it should have been lower, but I get it. I understand. Some things are just a moment in time, nostalgia. It's like certain movies that we just love. Earlier I sent this nigga a video of a game we used to play when we was younger. Like, man, it's just, we hold that dear to your heart, man. Changed Hollywood. So, like the Jackass movies, that was a time. Like similar.
That's what this reminds me of too. Kind of reminds me of Jackass and Bad Grandpa and stuff like that. And this placement is like a legacy placement. It's almost like Superbad at 100. Like you can't make this list and not acknowledge how important Superbad was, being that defining movie for high schoolers of this era. Kind of like what Breakfast Club was in the 80s. All of that. So you had to acknowledge Borat and what it meant. Otherwise, the list isn't taken that seriously, even though, like I mentioned, you don't have any Denzel movies on here. So it is what it is. But I'm not mad at it. There's other movies that it's very specific comedy. And there's other movies that I think might be funnier if you're looking for a movie format. Borat isn't really made. If you watch a Borat all the time, something might be wrong.
Something wrong with you.
Yeah. But I do appreciate the humor and just where it stands on the test of time. So shout out to number 53. We have Borat. Two more on the list. 52 came out in 2018. 7.5 out of 10. Directed by Yorgos Lanthimos, starring Olivia Colman, who won the Best Actress Academy Award for her performance. You also have Rachel Weisz and Emma Stone, who I think split votes. They both were nominated for Best Supporting. And I just think it was difficult for somebody to choose. They both bodied this. When we talk about humor, once again, as I mentioned with Best in Show, The Favorite is the film we're talking about. Synopsis: in early 18th century England, the status quo at the court is upset when a new servant arrives and endears herself to a frail Queen Anne. Skool. I mentioned the Oscar win. I remember I mentioned the nominees.
So Emma didn't win?
No, Emma didn't win.
Damn.
I told you, I think they split votes. Her and Rachel Weisz split votes because if one of them was in it, they definitely would have won.
Yeah.
And that's why I kind of think it's going to happen this year with one battle after another. Like there's going to be too many people stacked in those categories. That they might just take votes away and just kind of mess themselves up. But either way, Emma, Rachel, and Olivia. Obviously, Olivia did win the big one. But is this your first time watching it? Did you watch? Yeah, of course you did because you rented it.
Yes.
And I watched yours. Is this your first time seeing it?
First time seeing it. Watched it with the wife. My wife loves the 1700s minus the slavery. She definitely loves the English, the Queens and all that. We watched The Tudors, which is a very good show. On Showtime. About King Henry, I believe.
Y'all watch Gilded Age?
No, she did watch what's the one that was really popular a couple years ago?
Bridgerton.
Bridgerton. She watches all that. So she's really big into that. So I wanted her to watch this with me just in case it was something I missed or if it was like historical, which come to find out it is. But I fucked with it. I fucked with it a lot.
Yeah, no, I really did. Yeah, I enjoyed it, especially the banner, the witty banner.
Yes.
Especially Rachel Weisz's character, like just how quick she was and just wasn't playing no game. She was saying it without saying it.
Yep.
A lot of times there's that scene with her talking about the pellets in the gun, firing it off, not knowing. Or even the small stuff like when Emma Stone's character comes in and you see Rachel Weisz's character just throwing these books at the door and like launching them at her low key. And her trying to dodge them each and every one. It's like, damn, how you aim so good? Like it's just small stuff, like very passive aggressive. And I think it's hilarious.
I love the
scene. Both of those characters.
I love the scene when she tell old boy your mascara's running. You want to come back later and do this?
Yeah, bro. She was a dickhead, but it worked. It was hilarious the entire time, bro.
Yes.
And Emma Stone is really one of the best actors of our generation. Like for real. Like when it comes down to it, like she needs to be mentioned with all the other big dogs.
Oh, she will. She will.
Yeah.
She got Oscars.
I know she does. And I don't want to throw no shade at nobody, man, because there used to be a race between Emma Stone and another actress in Hollywood.
Man,
I'm not gonna say her name because I'm a fan of hers. But there was a point in time, maybe 10, 15 years ago, maybe even a little bit longer, within the past 20 years, when they were neck and neck coming up together.
Yeah.
And man, did Emma just take a rise. The other one's still very successful.
Yeah.
But it ain't really close when it comes down to who's acting.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all can figure out who I'm talking about if y'all want to. It shouldn't be hard to tell. But Emma Stone is one of the ones. I will say that. Yeah. And we talked about this a little bit when we did the Black Reel Awards with Chevalier and how I talked about how that's not usually my lane.
Yes.
But I have come to learn to understand it. And I was thinking to myself recently, like, you know what? If you love Game of Thrones and stuff like that, then you can kind of like this. It's kind of, I know sometimes the setting throws people off, but it's still human interaction. And it's even more fascinating because I was thinking to myself at one point, like, this is all they have to do. Like, they're just petty. They get dressed in the morning and they figure out how to be petty. They possibly can and maneuver and politic around this kingdom. And there's a war going on, but that really doesn't matter because the inner workings and the whole idea of the favorite. And even the ending of it, all of it was just very enjoyable. I really enjoyed it. It was one of the last movies I watched.
Yeah.
Or was the last movie I watched, excuse me. And there got to be a point where I was like, I could probably like figure out what this is about. And I'm so glad I continued. Yeah. It was like 20 minutes in. I'm like, I could probably figure out what the tone of this is and where it's going. So glad I continued. And I miss you would miss so much banter. This is 100% going to be one that I'll watch again. 100%.
Yes.
Because it is that good and it is that funny.
I was pleasantly surprised by this film. I loved it. And what really brought me in was comedy. When I seen it said dark comedy, I'm like, all right, I'm in,
Yeah.
We all know Emma Stone is funny. She can be serious. She can do whatever needs to be done. She's proven that. Rachel Weisz is a legend. Doing some research on this movie though, the director wanted to bring the women up front. She didn't want. It's a reason why you notice that all the men are, in makeup and powdery wigs, and and the women are raw and natural. That was on purpose, and it goes into. I spoke to the wife about this. I'm like, what is this? All they had to do? Like,
yeah, I told you.
Like, yes. There was no electricity, because it was a scene where it was dark, but in the Queen's room is light. And I'm like, how's it dark? She was like, there's no electricity, dude. I'm like, oh, that's true. Like, just movie was great.
I will say I love random thoughts that I get sometimes.
Yeah.
So growing up, English was my favorite subject. It always was. Just speaking words, all of that. But my second favorite subject was history.
Yep.
And I love history, but I always think about the stuff that's not in the history books because you talk about these wigs, and these were really a thing that these men used to wear. They used to dress, they wear this makeup, wear these like crazy wigs, the George Washington joints. You can picture it. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like there was one day where somebody of royalty and power came in that room and said, "Nah, fuck that, I ain't wearing that."
Yeah,
and they said, "I'm just gonna rock the fresh haircut."
Yep.
Like, and I always wonder, like, who was that person? Who was the one that put their foot down and said, "I ain't doing that shit," and y'all can't say nothing about it. I'm just about to stop, and it just ended. I'm not saying people don't wear wigs today, but y'all get what I'm saying. That was a real like, you had that shit on.
Yeah,
you put on a big wig, and it was just. It was just a great film, and I really enjoyed it. And it's another one that I don't think I would have watched, even with the Oscar win for Best Actress. I don't know if I'd have watched it on my own without following a list like this. And it's the pleasant surprise. I'm glad I did. So, shout out to The Favorite.
Yes, straight up.
The last film, I'm gonna be all the way real. This is the only film on the list I didn't watch because
I've seen it.
I've never seen this movie, so I'll lean on you. Have you seen it?
I've seen it, but it's been a while.
Yeah, I've never seen it, and I just wasn't in the mental space to watch this.
Me neither.
And I will watch. Don't get me wrong, y'all. Before this list is said and done, I will watch this movie. I'm not gonna cheat the process, but I had no interest, especially with it being holiday season, to sit down and watch 12 Years a Slave. That is 51 on this list. Came out in 2013, 8.1 out of 10. So it's very highly rated. It is the number 191 movie out of top 250. It won 3 Oscars. Those Oscars were the winner for Best Motion Picture of the Year. Also won Best Performance by Actress, Lupita. And it won for Best Writing and Adapted Screenplay, John Ridley. Chiwetel Ejiofor was nominated for Best Performance by a Leading Actor. Michael Fassbender was nominated for Best Performance by Actor in Supporting Role. And Steve McQueen was also nominated for Best Directing. Like I said, 2013, the synopsis is: in the antebellum United States, Solomon Northup, a free black man from upstate New York, is abducted and sold into slavery. Listen, y'all, have no interest in watching this type of shit right now. I'm gonna watch it. I know it's good. I know it won Best Picture, even though I look at that Best Picture shit a little tricky when it comes to films like this, because it feels like these are the only ones they give. Green Book, Crash, 12 Years a Slave, just the title.
Yeah.
As a black man, I just don't want to watch a movie called 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah, and I remember this story specifically from it was either middle school or high school. They had like a PBS version of this movie long before this. It was just called the Solomon Northup story, where I believe he was a musician or something, and he was playing at somebody's house and some shit. I don't know, man. But I'm with you, bro. I wasn't there. Especially after watching so many good movies, diverse movies, great films, and then gotta watch this. Which I do. One thing that I do remember about this film is Lupita was fantastic. She was phenomenal in this movie. But think about what she had to play, who she had to be, what she had to endure, all that shit. We just don't. I'm with you, bro. I want to see something more positive get up there.
Yeah, it feels like this. I know, it's art, and it has nothing to do with the subject matter or the story or feeling it's not important. Sometimes you just got to take yourself to a mental place when you watch some of these movies. And I'm just not there mentally to watch this, especially this time of the year. Absolutely. I will get to it at some point. It's probably early December, maybe like a Saturday morning type of watch for me. And I'll try to watch it by the time we do this next 10. I just didn't have it in me for this go round. Too busy and just not enough time to get in a good spot to watch it. And I know it's going to be a rough watch. So just kind of preparing myself for that.
I'd rather watch Precious all day.
Well, I've never seen that either. So y'all see the theme. There's a lot of movies. I'm just like, man, I ain't got the capacity for it. So I really can't say much about it being number 51. It's the Best Picture winner. I'm sure it deserves to be somewhere. I'm sure the historical significance of it. But I don't have an opinion because I haven't seen it yet. So we'll get to that. So with that being said, Skool, as we wrap up this episode, who is your king of the hill? It sounds like you already said it. That's your current king of the hill, which is Punch Drunk Love. Fair enough. I'm going with the unsexy, kind of boring pick. I'm going with Inception. Inception knocks off
Ocean's 11.
Yeah. And then we're getting into the top 50. So we'll see we'll see what other films are here and can kind of take this King of the Hill mantle. Who can what other pleasant surprises we find as we make our way from 50 to 1. I took a little peek, and there's some movies that I know are mentioned or have been like referenced in other art that I like that I've never seen. So I'm looking forward to that and having that experience. Like I said earlier, it might be 2-3 weeks before we're back, just because we do have some Black Reel Award work that we need to get into. And then obviously some holiday episodes for Culture Garden. But we will go ahead and be back with our New York Times list. 1, maybe even 2 before the end of this year. We plan on wrapping up first quarter 2026. So Skool, any last words before we get out of here?
Now I will say this real quick. If it wasn't for Punch Drunk Love, the favorite was the leader for me all the way up until I watched Punch Drunk Love, because I really fuck with that.
Oh, the favorite was the leader.
Yes.
Okay, my bad.
Yes, it was the leader, and then I watched Punch Drunk Love, and I just was like, oh, okay, I fucks with this.
Hey. Interesting. So you don't watch them in order?
No.
Okay.
Especially when especially when it's, some are free, some you can watch. You know what I mean? Like I just.
Oh yeah, 100%. That makes 100% sense.
When on Punch Drunk Love, when that man was at that phone booth talking to his sister, he said, "I'll kill you. Hey, give me the number."
That's the thing too, because he had that manic rage, and you kind of want to learn more about that character. So shout out to him.
Barry Egan, man, legend.
All right, I don't know if I say all that, but I'm with you. I don't want to be on the other end of his wrath. So
at first you would have been. Hey, you would have been all right because he was soft.
I don't know if he was soft, man. I think everybody like that. We seen
he just
somebody I won't name.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody I won't name. Me and Skool went to school with. We always joke about it because he was that silent assassin. Like he would tell people, like, I ain't trying to mess with you, man. Leave me alone. And people don't listen to him, and next thing you know, boom.
I seen him catch 2 bodies without the murder. He ain't murder nobody, but he's
man, not to be played with. And you told you it's a quiet type. The ones who standoffish might be a little bit awkward. You might call them a little weird. Leave them alone.
Hey, what Tax say? Nigga say I do a little something. Yeah, them niggas.
Yeah, do a little something. Yeah, one of them. Hey man, stay woke. But we appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Always.
We'll have episodes all throughout December. Like I said, we'll drop some more New York Times lists as we go through it. And that's it. We'll catch y'all the next time. See y'all how y'all. I said, see y'all how y'all see y'all. Y'all be cool. How y'all be cool.
Hey, peace.
We out.